Hello everyone, my name is Chris Stanley and I'm your host of the exciting new show, Find Your Path with Math, where we show some awesome ways that math is used every single day, and in some ways that may surprise you. As you can see behind me, today I'm here at ECOT headquarters in the Tech Lab, which is as cool of a place as it sounds. But before we get into all that, I would like to show you a work of art. Isn't this fantastic? Art is just wonderful. It can do everything from conveying emotion to simply adding beauty to our everyday world. This particular piece is interesting because of the amount of intricate details that combine to make this image. So let's get a better look for a second. Isn't that so cool? LeBron James himself. But do you know what I find most interesting about this piece? Well, of course you do. That's why you're watching the show. This image was created by using math. That's right, this drawing was created by a machine here in the lab called the AxiDraw. So here to tell us a little bit more about the AxiDraw is one of our Tech Lab associates, Tristan Seeger. Come on in, Tristan. Tristan, say hello to the people.
Hey everybody, great to be here.
So Tristan, tell us a little bit more about the AxiDraw.
Well, the AxiDraw is what they call a pen plotter. A pen plotter is essentially a printer, but it's capable of writing on any flat surface. The difference between a printer and the AxiDraw is that the AxiDraw can use about any writing implement or drawing tool that you can find. You just have to put it into the front there.
Well, that's very cool, but I'm confused. How exactly did we use math to create this image of LeBron James?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, Chris, because I brought a video to show you just that.
Well, that's convenient. Let's roll the clip.
The AxiDraw is a pen plotter capable of creating text and images using vector graphics. Think of a plotter like a printer that uses one color at a time, and instead of printing the image from top to bottom, it prints by drawing the image line by line. A vector graphic is a digital image created through a sequence of commands or mathematical statements that place lines and shapes in a given two-dimensional or three-dimensional space. Lots of programs such as Inkscape and Adobe Illustrator are capable of creating vector graphics. For this project, I used .svg files. SVG stands for Scalable Vector Graphics. One of the benefits of vector graphics is that you can scale them to any size without distorting your image. You may notice that when you take a photo using your phone or camera, if you try to increase the size on your computer, it becomes pixelated or blurry. This is a common form of distortion that occurs when you try to increase the size of raster images. JPEGs and GIFs are examples of raster image file types. Raster images are made up of a grid of pixels. Each pixel is a different color. Thus, when you increase the size of a raster image, the computer has to add pixels to the original image, resulting in the blurriness or pixelation you see. Vector images are made up of paths, which are defined by a start point and an end point, as well as several other points, curves, and angles. The points in a path are comprised of an X, a Y, and where applicable, a Z value. The AxiDraw creates toolpaths based on the paths in the vector images. These toolpaths are G-code. G-code is a language used to tell computerized machine tools how to replicate a vector image. Each point in a vector path gives the AxiDraw valuable information about where to stop and start each line in a drawing. The G-code toolpath also has information about how fast the tool should move and when to raise and lower the tool from the surface. The AxiDraw uses an extension for a free program called Inkscape to create G-code from the vector images loaded into that program. So the AxiDraw creates drawings using the plotting of coordinates. You can think about it like this. To draw a straight line, the AxiDraw needs several pieces of information. A line is made of 2 points, a start and an end point. The start and end points each have a value for X, Y, and Z. For the start point, the X and Y control where the pen is going to be located above the page, and the Z value moves the pen to the surface. The X and Y values on the end point tell the pen where to move, and the Z value lifts the pen up. This last Z value is important so that the AxiDraw does not draw a line while moving to the next starting location. As you can imagine, a line that is curved will have more points based on how severe the curve is. A collection of these paths make up the image. So essentially, the AxiDraw creates an image point by point, line by line. It has a list of commands to do based on the G-code created from the vector image. Once the list is done, the image is drawn. Theoretically, you could use this tool without a starting image, just by feeding it X, Y, and Z coordinates. You'd be able to draw shapes and images just inputting those numbers. You could also use mathematical equations or different formulas to create images just by plotting in random coordinates or by pulling data off the internet.
Wow, I don't know about you, but I am truly amazed. Now, I would not have thought that using math could create such an awesome work of art. And speaking of math, you can see that the AxiDraw is using math right now to create another picture. Tristan, what's this machine creating now?
Well, it's a picture of Grumpy Cat. It also says the Tech Lab title, Tech Lab, and what the machine's called, the AxiDraw. And it's using the same techniques to create this image that it used to make the picture of LeBron James we just saw.
That's very cool. And it just goes to show you how math is being used all around us every single day in very cool ways. Do you know what I think would be even cooler? If students could submit some of their designs for the AxiDraw themselves. What do you think, Tristan?
I think that's a great idea. And you know what? You can. If you'd like to submit a design to us here at the Tech Lab, all you have to do is go to your message center and find the Tech Labs group. It's just like the My Teachers group, but it says Tech Labs. And then there's one name in there, and it's Tech Lab. Click on that, create a message that has AxiDraw in the subject line. We'll collect them, and we will create a bunch of your designs.
Awesome. This is just one example of how math is intertwined into our everyday lives in ways that we don't even realize. And lucky for you, there is still so much more math to uncover, especially right here in our Tech Lab. So make sure to catch our next episode next month, and until then, get in those AxiDraw submissions, and as always, look around and find your path with math.